Hello, good afternoon. Today I will be showing how to fix this sweater. Merry Christmas, ya filthy animals. A Home Alone Christmas sweater with LED lights sprinkled around the sweater here. Unfortunately, it does not turn on, and I'll be fixing it. So in this corner, lies the battery and wires. So the wires appears to be disconnected from this housing, where maybe it's due to over washing that it comes off. So you can see that there's some red sweater attached to the wires. So first thing is to restrip this wire. My wire strippers at 24 gauge. Okay, and then to test it, I'll be using a power supply. Make sure that I have it at the right polarity, determining which one is power, which one's ground. So I'll just hook it up and turn on the power supply, see that it lights up or not. So this orientation does not light up. So I'll switch to the polarities. Make sure that I mark them once I figure out which one lights up. All right. Let me use my multimeter. There is a diode function on the multimeter. So hopefully this will determine what the LED polarity is. Okay, looks like it's shorted somewhere. A little more involved process for this fix. So determine where the short is. And could be that one of these wires are desoldered from the light, and have to check that each of these are not shorting together. So that I will have to get a little more involved with changing by getting these LEDs off from the inside. Okay. You can see that it's already twisted here. So this is the cause of the short. There's wire insulation that's broken. So hopefully if I disentangle this, I can determine the LED polarity. Okay. Turn on my power supply. Okay, so look, now the LEDs are on. Yeah.
Look, I got him.
So there's two problems. One is that the wires have come loose and is shorting, and the other problem is the power supply that is providing the power has disconnected. So I will first solve this problem of getting the wires sorted out here. So I need to resolder this and re-insulate it. Yeah, to do that, I shall put this under my microscope. Get a good view of it here. Actually, I have to make sure I got the polarities right. So once I re-put the power supply on, Okay, so let me mark this top wire black for return, and then this red wire red for the anode of the LED. Right. Okay, so let me fire up my soldering iron. Get a nice pair of tweezers. Trying my best to make sure none of the strands of wires are going to touch the opposite to short out the LED. Okay. So what I'm doing is adding some solder to the broken strands of wire just to make it a little more stronger. Being careful not to overheat and melt the wire insulation. So I made a stronger connection, adding some solder. As you can see, now I'm going to use some Kapton tape to insulate the two solder joints. I guess a good step is to check that this works. So before I apply the Kapton tape, I shall connect it with my power supply again. Or actually, better first is to connect it with your multimeter. sure that they're not shorted. Okay. Alright, so luckily, based on my multimeter, it's not shorting. Let me go back to the overhead view. So my multimeter says there's a forward diode drop of 1.8. And now I will test with a power supply. And you can see that it lights up a little bit on the bottom edge of the screen. Excuse me. Okay. So now I can move on to the step of applying Kapton tape. First, disconnecting the power supply wires carefully. Kapton, or use your electrical tape. Get better insulation. Should I use my tweezers? Try not to cut a big piece of tape or else it'll be hard to wrap it around. So let me cut it more. I like to use Kapton tape because it's very heat resistant, and found out this tape is a lot more sticky and thinner than electrical tape. It's a lot easier to wrap a thin broken wire like this in this case. Okay. So now that I've wrapped it, I'll wrap it again just to be extra safe, not to have whoever wears the sweater and shorts out the LEDs. Oh, it's going good. Okay. Now we shall use thicker electrical tape here. Around tape. Okay. And finishing touch would be to put a little bit of super glue. This is what my favorite glue, the Loctite. .4444. This paired with the accelerator makes a really hard, strong bond. Let me try to find where the accelerator is. Okay. So as you can see, the glue is already curing. This little dab of the accelerator makes the process a lot quicker to get a nice strong bond. Oh, what up, Andrew? Thanks for tuning in. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Okay. Now that I got this soldered up, taped up, insulated up, I'll move on to checking that it still works. So it's a good thing to check every time you move on to the next step, so make sure you don't goof up somewhere and have to redo your steps. Unfortunately, I think that one of these wires are touching, so let me try to straighten things out on the inside. Okay, try it again. Okay, still shorted. Okay, so now I fixed the short. It is very tricky because there's just so many wire strands inside the inside this bundle that it can easily touch. So let me put some more super glue to make sure that let me turn off the lights, see how it's on. So make sure that I put the super glue to to put everything in place inside the wire bundle. Putting a dab of the accelerator makes the curing process a lot quicker. And then I shall test it again. Make sure that the LED still turns on, which it does. So that's great. Now I can move on to the next step, which is fix the wires that connects to the battery pack. All right. Alright, so this is what the battery pack looks like. Little lithium cell button battery pack holder. To open it, I'm going to loosen this little Phillips head screw. Grab a Phillips head screwdriver. Twist this off. And that opens up. So there's this relay, and there's a second point. The two wires would attach from here to there to form a closed connection. So I will grab the wire. The positive one goes to here because this forms a voltage source at the positive end. There's a plus symbol there, so this goes where the anode of the wire. So the plus here and the minus here, because the minus correlates to the minus sign on this side where this wire will connect to. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. So let me actually re-strip this wire, my wire cutter. It's a 24 gauge wire that's stranded. I'll start with the plus side. Again, using tweezers makes the life of soldering a lot easier. And then there's also a nice indentation for where the wire could fit in. It's also a good idea to pre-tin the wire before soldering. So that's what I shall do. So pre-tinning is to just kind of apply solder to this wire end instead of like having a bunch of strands. It would have solder, and then it could make soldering onto the relay a lot easier. I shall demonstrate that. Turn on my soldering iron again. So I tinned the wire, and then after tinning the wire, I can just apply some heat onto the end, and it should solder pretty well, like that. And let me tend this end by heating it with my soldering iron. Okay, it requires a lot of new solder, so apply it here. Okay. And then repeat the steps. Onto the other wire. Focus. And voila. Wires are soldered. Now, let me put some new batteries in. After I test it, very important to test things on the way. So I'm going to put the my power supply onto one of the positive battery terminals. And then the negative battery terminal, and turn on the power supply, and then flip the switch on, and you can see that the LED turns on. So now I will exchange this with some new batteries. I got brand new batteries, the 2032 that this battery holder requires. So we get some 2 fresh batteries. And then put them onto the way that it denotes, so positive here, negative here, and then this battery holder will make it in series. Put that back, and then flip the switch, make sure it turns on. So let me dim the lights, and boom, look at that, Christmas spirit is on. All right, so wrapping things up, put the screw back on. Phillips head. I'm not sure why it's missing 3 screws, but one shall keep it together. Okay. Put it back in this little battery holder. It's a nice pouch. Put all the wires and good stuff inside, tucked, snuck away. So hopefully nothing gets broken while wearing.
Heck yeah!
Yeah.
Oh!
It's all fixed.
Okay, let me go get the monster. Shoot!
Yeah. There we go. Wear this light up sweater to your Christmas party, and then everyone's gonna be like, that's a cool sweater.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna stand out. Great job. Aw,
Yeah.
thank you.
Alright, Merry Christmas everyone. Hope you enjoy this live stream. Hope you guys now I guess have an idea of fixing up light up sweaters if you happen to have one that's broken.
Here, your sweater.
Yeah, it lights up now.
Wow. Okay, if you guys can't see her face, but she's right here and she's very impressed. She's very happy.
Okay.
Wow, what do you say? Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you mind, Mom?
Alright, happy holidays, and
I never said so cool. You said it right now. When did I comment? She's
this is for you.
Yeah, Christmas, Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay.
I never said so cool. I never commented that.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, well, you did it.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Hey, don't.